Senator Kelly, thanks for your time. If you could just start from the beginning, I guess. Obviously, today's a big update, but this is a story that's been going on for a while. Back when you sent a letter to President Biden about the gaps. Can you just kind of walk me through what it took for you to get us here today?
Yeah, well, I've spent many times, a lot of trips down to the border, including in Yuma. Several times I've been down there and with Chris Clem from the Border Patrol, sheriff, the mayor, and visited these areas that are really challenging for Border Patrol and for CBP, and that's the gaps in the border wall. And it doesn't make sense to have miles of border wall in one direction and miles in another direction in a 60-foot gap, or in some cases even bigger than that. There's four, and I've seen them all. And this is an operational challenge for Border Patrol, and it needed to be addressed. So I've been working on getting this addressed, closing these gaps in the border wall here for months, and we finally came to a conclusion with the administration and with the Department of Homeland Security to start releasing the contracts to do the work to close these gaps that are south of Yuma.
Can you kind of talk about the timeline for some of those contracts?
Yeah, the first contract will be in September, most likely. And then there'll be others. It'll take some time, but I am pushing them to do this as fast as possible. I've worked really hard to get more funding for the Department of Homeland Security, for CBP, for Border Patrol to deal with this crisis on the border. And we were able to get more Border Patrol agents, there in the Yuma sector. But when those agents have to sit there and police a 60-foot gap, that doesn't really help with the overall picture and the overall problem. So this was a lot of work over months, many months to get this done, and we finally got it done. Now it's a matter of getting the work done, and I'm going to keep pushing to make sure this happens as quickly as possible.
Do you have an idea of a timeline from when those contracts are signed, maybe at the end of September, to actually seeing steel bollards go up there, when I can do a story going out to the wall and seeing all the construction going on?
Well, I'll be happy to go out there with you. We don't have a schedule yet, so these companies that are going to compete for the contracts, part of that competition will include coming up with a schedule, but it's important that we get this done as soon as possible.
And do you have an idea if that border wall that's sitting there will be part of the construction plans?
Oh, that's a good question. I had this same conversation with the Department of Homeland Security, the Ali Mayorkas. We had this conversation yesterday because there are some materials there, and it would make sense to use some of that.
Gotcha. You said in the press release, right? Obviously, the border itself is kind of politicized. The wall itself, maybe even more politicized since President Trump's campaign. Why does it make sense to finish the gaps in that specific spot by the dam?
Hey, in some places, barriers make sense, especially in areas where there are, big populations on either side of the border. In other areas, it doesn't make sense, and technology is the better approach. And we've added money for, better border technology, and it's been put in place. But hey, I am, not interested in the politics on this issue. I'm interested in the problem solving and having a solution that is going to work for Arizona. And very clear to me in my first visit there that it was ridiculous that we had these gaps in the border wall, and that's why we're getting them closed up.
Thank you for your time, Senator Kelly. Lastly, just what have you heard from local leaders in Yuma after this news?
They were very appreciative, and I made some calls yesterday. This is a very positive development.
Cool. Anything else you want to add?
No, I'm looking forward to coming back. I think I'm going to be down there, sometime here in the next month or so.
All right. Well, let me know.
All right.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Senator Kelly. See you.
See you. Bye.
Yep.